I'm Morag Myerscough, and I sort of do loads of things. I love typography. I was never formally trained when I was at St Martin's or the Royal College to actually draw type, which frustrated me for a long time, but now I do draw some and be in my own way. I was taught two very different ways of looking at things, and I think that is very, very interesting for me because I always fought against the formal. I never wanted to work with grids, and so I've always gone my own route. And then I think that's why I look at things maybe a different way to more disciplined typographers.
Hello, my name's Luke Morgan, and my background is art college, Central St Martin's. I actually studied product design, and I think that gave me the confidence to then start expressing myself more, to the extent of actually giving it up altogether and forming a band, which I did for a few years, and then getting back into art for the last 12 years. Been working with Morag on lots of projects together, and it's a really good relationship, and we work together as Supergroup London.
After running my studio, a good studio with great work for about 10 years, I got bored, and then I met Luke Morgan, and we started doing our own project. So this was in 2002. We set up a thing called Her House.
The Her House gallery that we put together is actually in Morag's house, which is why it's called Her House. And that was a collection of things that we'd both done even before we'd met.
I made a lampshade out of surgical tubing, and Luke made bird boxes, and he did tube plates. And everybody loved. We just did what we wanted to do, and everybody loved it.
We did it as an experiment for ourselves, but it took on a life of its own, and it was a really interesting experience.
Because there's so many layering to making different types of projects. For example, with the Design Museum, there's so much layering. There's no way. Well, one person who might be able to do it, but I also don't think that's the right way to approach that particular project, because there's so many different elements that you have to think of. So the idea is that with Supergroup, that you all come together at the beginning, and then all your skills are then used individually.
If it was a project that had something to its nature that we hadn't done before, we might look for somebody that we thought was the right person to work with us for that project.
So it really is about working collectively and not keeping lean, and not. So you all do your own projects separately, and then you can go for big projects together, as well, which is exciting.